Good day, podcast community. Pete Kane here, Podcast Pete, certified high performance coach. The four human drivers and for a brighter future. And this is my version of it. So these are the four human drivers: aliveness, connection, meaningful purpose, and growth. And I'm going to give you my version of it. And I'm giving you the framework, and you can plug in your journey because everybody is unique, everybody's different, but there's frameworks that can help you grow, to be alive, to make those connections, to have that meaningful purpose, and to have personal growth. So, first and foremost, let's talk about aliveness. Now, for me, I'm going to look at my notes. Aliveness is morning routine. I do the same thing every day. I rise early, 3:30. I know it's a little crazy. And then I drink. I drink water because you dehydrate through the night. So you got to hydrate to start the day. Then I start to think. Maybe it's the dream. Maybe it's yesterday. Maybe it's the day ahead. But I start to think and dream. Then I journal. And I journal with the intention of getting these thoughts out of the head and onto paper. And when you can do that, there's such clarity that comes with your mindset. And so when you look at that routine, that aliveness, the ability to journal on purpose, as I call it, because I filled up about 20 journals in the last 3 years. I didn't do 5 in my first 50 years. So it has made a significant difference in the aliveness that you'll feel when you do this. And the next one is exercise. Whatever it is, walking, going to the gym, something that gets the body moving. Movement is medicine. And if we don't move it, we're not going to groove it. Move it, move it, move it. There's definitely things you can do in that area. I go to PT and OT for 4 hours a week. I go to the gym for 4 hours a week. I don't run like I used to. I'm rehabbing my left side. So I'm having to do things like a bike, which provides that cardio and gets that body moving. But that's for me. For you, it could be walking. It could be running. It could be going to the gym. Whatever it is, get the body moving. Connection. Now, connection is so important to aliveness because we have this built-in desire to connect with people. But if we don't intentionally pursue that, if we don't intentionally make those connections, it doesn't automatically happen. I use the 5 to thrive. And it is, I talk to 5 people. I text or voice text, more importantly. But I want meaningful conversations, and we'll talk about that in the second one. But those connections is what gives me aliveness. Conversations, encouraging people, making those connections. Our technology has distracted us. And when we look at my 2 enemies, and they could be yours, distraction and consumption. If we're consuming other people's lives, which we are when we're watching up to 4 hours of TV a day, up to 3 hours of social media a day, we are consuming other people's lives. And if you're going to feel that connection, you got to focus on the magic is you and anything is possible. But it takes intentionality. It takes picking up the phone, talking to people, having that conversation because the meaning, the connection is in the conversation. And maybe you can't have 5 conversations a day, but you can at least reach out to 5 people. Do it in a way that builds the muscle of connection. Next is what we call level up our peer group. Brendon Burchard made this famous, and I'm going to put him up on the screen. He talks about leveling up your peer group. This is simply you have a circle. We have some training on it, and he has some training on it. But you look at reaching out each time. Say families in your inner circle. Then it goes to coworkers. Then let's say clients. Then it's people you don't know, but you admire or you're inspired with it to connect with them. And if you don't have an intentional way of doing it, you're not going to build your connections. You're not going to level up. We, as high performance community, the certified high performance coaches, and the people that believe in the high performance habits of clarity, energy, courage, productivity, and influence, we know we love challenges. We love to be challenged each day. And if you're challenged, you're growing. Nothing happens in the comfort zone besides mediocrity. And that's not something that's going to bring that aliveness to you. So practice the 5 high performance habits: clarity, energy, courage, productivity, and influence. And when you do that, you strengthen your connections. The next is meaningful conversations. And what I mean by that is you're present. You're actually listening to the person. And when you're listening, you can ask better questions. That has happened in my 400 plus podcasts because it strengthened that muscle of listening, presence, and curiosity. That can happen with you. Now, that's why we podcast, to build our community, to build your curiosity, to build your relationships, and to grow. Because that's what I do with every single podcast. I learn, I grow. And then I shine that story of the guest out to my community. So that allows more people to know that person. It allows me to connect that person to somebody that can help them. So you're serving your community in such a way that that connection is that second most valuable part of the human driver. So meaningful conversations, be present. The next is meaningful pursuit. So what do we mean by that? Clarity gives you better vision. When you're clear about where you're going, when you're clear about who you are, and you're clear about your path, your vision gets sharper. And when you focus like that, it allows you to get away from the distractions, to not having to consume so much content, because you're creating your life. You're creating a brighter future for you, your family, your friends, and your community. But that is intentional to do that. And so when you look at how do you develop that clarity, I mean, there's a lot of things you can do, but if you start getting into the rhythm, the fundamental parts of your core of your routines, because your routines will create habits. And when you keep practicing, your outcome becomes brighter. That's why we say a brighter future is with your clarity. And then when your clarity gets better, your vision gets better, your focus gets better. So that's been my excitement or aliveness to having better clarity, having a bigger vision, because your vision keeps growing the clearer you are on where you're going, and you got to exercise that muscle. That's why we do the growth day, personal growth daily, personal growth daily, not just every once in a while, on a regular daily basis. The next is really that generating energy. And when you think of energy, it's not something that is automatically there, because there's mental and physical energy. If I gave up social media 3.5 years ago, and what I gave up was the taxing nature of fatigue on my brain. Because when you are consuming social media, you're deciding, do I like it? Do I comment? Do I share? So each time you see that, your brain is going through a judgment mindset. And if you fatigue your mind, I think the average is 1,000 judgments a day. So if you're consuming media and you think it's social, it's not social, it's media. You're consuming it. And when you do that, it's putting a fatigue on your brain that you're not even realize. It's easy to lull into it. So when you get to the end of the day and you've made 1,000 judgments, you're worn out. I sleep like a baby. I go to bed early. My brain is clear from judgment because I have generated an energy level that I've never had in my entire life. And when that's the mental part, then you have the physical part. You are responsible for your energy, and you have to generate it through what we talked about in the first one, exercise. So if you're not moving and grooving, because when you measure and you track and you keep track of those routines, you start moving the needle in your life. You start looking at that brighter future because things start to open up. A lot of people say, well, man, you have a pretty structured way you do things. I do. But structure in a process is freedom. My daughter called me the other day and said, hey, I've got this going on and this going on. Can Lauren meet you with the girls at the house and you can watch them for a few hours? I said, yeah, great. I had the freedom to make that decision. So we go to Costco, we have some fun, we put a list together, we come home, we cook dinner, we eat, we play cards, we walk around the block because I'd done everything I needed to do that day. It wasn't that I had work to do and couldn't be present during my time with my granddaughters. And that comes with structure. I try to get done by 1, get all the major things done by 1. Then my afternoons are connecting. My afternoons are conversations. My afternoons are creating. Because the content I create in the morning, I'll do a little bit of creating the shorts or the putting the videos out there. Whatever it is, I love creating. So I energize myself in the afternoon, getting up at 3:30. You have to generate energy throughout the day. And so I know my rhythm of the day is if I didn't manage it, like batch my time, take breaks, walk, hydrate, all those things that generate energy, I wouldn't have it. I'd be fatigued. I'd probably be vegging out watching TV, which it's easy to fall into because it's a distraction, it's a consumption. And if we can get away from distractions and consumptions, we get better focus, we get better aliveness. And that's when we talk about that is the important thing, generating energy. Now, the next one is courage. Grow in your courage. Courage doesn't just fall out. I'm in a men's group when we were talking about courage. We were talking about speaking up. It was a few years back, I don't know how many, I was hesitant to speak up. I don't know, hesitant that people will judge you, hesitant that you'll say the wrong thing, hesitant that maybe you'll feel awkward. Whatever it is, I felt it. And then I started to change. I started to go through high performance habits. I started to understand courage, started to understand the fear muscle growing versus courage and the faith muscle. And I started speaking up and I started exercising that on a regular basis. And my courage started to grow because I was practicing it. It doesn't just happen like that. It's a habit. It's a practice. Now I love it. I used to fear speaking in public. I didn't know what I was going to say. I didn't want to say the wrong thing. All the kind of fear, because it's the second biggest fear to dying, is now I love it because I'm practicing it. We do a live event every month. I get a chance to speak 3 times during our live event. Others get to speak twice, some once, but we're exercising our courage muscle. We're exercising that. When I ask people to be a guest on my podcast, I've heard, that's not for me. What it is they don't have the courage yet to stand up and just be themselves. I say, it's not like 60 Minutes. I'm not trying to gotcha a moment. I'm not trying to capture something that's going to embarrass you and get views. I'm trying to share your story. And your story comes from your heart. So sharing your heart is just that. But if we don't have the courage to do that, if we're afraid of sharing our heart, we're afraid of our story being out there, then that courage muscle is smaller and the fear muscle is larger. So growing courage takes practice. And that's why we love to help you practice. Now, the last, and we're going to finish up, and I have a gift for you. I have a gift of learning, a gift that'll keep on giving. And that's the exciting thing. If you can embrace the gift of learning that we're going to give you, and you can continue to learn, the future will be bright. Now, the last one is growth. So personal growth is a daily thing for me. I do 5 to Thrive every day. Every day. Brendon Burchard talks to me through Growth Day. Brendon Burchard brings a related video that's with the topic and framework that he's talking to you about. 2 related questions and then a checklist of things to do for that day. So that's my routine of personal growth. I have the best in the world speaking to me each day. So I'm growing, I'm getting better, and I'm excited to see the growth that's possible. And then journaling. This has been the most inspiring. It's given me clarity. It's given me aliveness. It's given me so many things. See this right here? And then this right here. These are my journals. I journal 2 and 3 times a day. Every time I have a moment, I pull my journal out and I write because it gives me clarity. It gives me excitement to know that between 12 and 20,000 thoughts that go through our brain, I can get them out on paper. I can start the process of thinking through my writing. And that has given me a growth excitement. Journaling. Practice it, try it. Start like I did, small. 1 page, half a page, a paragraph, whatever it is, but create a routine around it. And when you do that, you'll see how alive, how clear, how connected you get to yourself, because it's just energizes you. And then the last is coaching and mentoring. I've been coached by high performance certified coaches for a year. Each one transformed me. Each one brought clarity, energy, courage, productivity, and influence. Each one of them brought this 12, and let me see if I can bring it up, because the gift I'm going to give you is the gift of giving. It's a $300 gift, and I'm going to give it to you because here it is. Okay, as I put another one up, going through 12 sessions, this is my gift to you. It's a digital high performance coaching experience, because that third thing in personal growth is coaching and mentoring. And you have a specific plan. It's establishing that baseline, those vocal points, clarity, energy, courage, productivity, and influence. That once you make it through those 6 sessions, it activates. And let me get it up here, because it activates the most powerful thing in you. And you are the magic, and anything's possible. And I'm going to show you what is possible. Okay, here we almost have it up here. Yes, right here. Okay, so once you hit the 7th, which is physiology mastery, it's going to activate an email to you to continue the journey of personal growth, continue the journey of a thriving community, of those 4 human drivers that will give you that bright future. Because we have 10 people in a thriving community with you. These are minded, want to go towards being a key person of influence. 5 veterans, which we want to give back. The sacrifice they have sacrificed for you and me, the least we can do. And it'll help you understand the patriotic nature and the mindset of a veteran. And you'll hang out with them on a focused 12-week transformation. And then 5 of our youth. Our future is our youth, to empower them, to put them in a thriving community, to have a structure of high performance, to understand clarity, energy, courage, productivity, and influence at a young age. Wow, the future will be bright if we empower our future leaders. So what do we do to take advantage of this? Go to pkane.me/connect. This is our community. This is where you can connect with us. This is where you can be part of a thriving community, where we teach things like the four human drivers, the 5 high performance habits, and things that will give you a brighter future. And then if you'd like to be a guest on my podcast, just go to pkane.me/pkane.me. Be a guest on my podcast. And if you're at a point in your life, you want more clarity, you want to generate more energy, you want to be more courageous in how you live your life, more productive. We only get 24 hours a day. How you use it, matching your time, routines, that will determine a lot of what your outcome will be. And then when you gain more influence, whether it's with your kids, your family, your clients, your community, whatever it is, it's improving that influence. that, then schedule a strategy session with us. Go to just put pkane.me/SS for strategy session. And we'll roll up our sleeves and we'll help you get clear about where you're going, because the future is bright, but we got to activate it. This is the gift of learning. You get a free course. $300 offer is yours. And then it'll activate an even better offer because you'll be doing it in a group of 20 people. And you'll be coached by a high performance coach, a certified high performance coach like myself. So be bold. Oops, comment. Oh, comment. Oh gosh, I love it. There's my friend and she spoke, Kimberly Haas spoke at our last live event. This is a lady that's serving the community, that serves with the heart and giving back to our seniors, because we want to be able to be rewarded for a life that we've lived. And we want to pamper ourselves. And Kimberly will help you do that. Will help you activate a senior life that's special. We only go around once. Let's live it to our fullest. So Kimberly, thanks for that comment. All right. Be bold, make a difference, and have fun. Be bold, make an impact, and have